Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Jean. How are you doing?
Great, Deb. How are you? Thank you
I'm
so
well.
much for
Thank you.
inviting me.
Oh, thank you for coming. Well, um, we were chatting backstage about how Jean has been out and about and making herself available to the public. How was that experience?
It was amazing. It was nerve-wracking and amazing. The night before, I was quite nervous about reading somebody that I hadn't met, but in person.
Right.
The only people I had sitting in front of me is my friends and family. I didn't have anybody that I didn't know, because all my readings are done on Zoom or on YouTube.
Right.
So, and then I would be in like a giant venue, like a trade show with all the booths and the aisles and everybody talking. And I just wasn't sure if I'd be able to connect. I was really nervous about that. And you know, but I was able to connect. I was, it was noisy enough there that it kind of made like a low hum and nothing was too distracting. So yeah, it was a wonderful show. I have the little note, the little thing here, and it's Pathways Production presents Natural Living Expo, and it's a mind, body, spirit natural living expo, and this was the summer one for 2022,
That's
and
so
I'm
cool.
and there's another one in the fall that I'm definitely looking forward to. It was an amazing experience. It was neat meeting other people. There was maybe like six other psychic mediums, but maybe four of the six were card readers, and then just one other person was straight like psychic medium. So
Oh, we have a few people coming in. I want to just quickly, um, first, this when we before we started, we had Cardamancy Mesquite is here, Jenny Strauch. I hope I pronounced that right. Jenny's here. Uh, we have Juno Sphere. Juno is here, and let's see, Jackie Jacaranda is here. Nancy Riker and Ruth just came in. Hello, everyone.
hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for coming. So you had it was a really interesting experience reading for people in person. Was the energy more? Was it overwhelming?
No, no. And I thought it might be. I thought it might be. Maybe if we were alone one on one in a quiet room, it might be a little different. But because I had to, deal with the noise and the distractions around me,
Yes.
um, I guess I didn't get quiet enough I don't know. But it was beautiful and had amazing readings and some, really moved individuals and lovely, lovely souls, beautiful light workers who had compassion and empathy and just really on their journey, and they're just searching on their path. And it was just beautiful to meet all of these souls. And how could you actually get to know somebody within 15 minutes? But I said hello, sit down, and then went right into their energy and just could feel the love and the support and the desires that they have, you
Just a
know.
minute, P. Do you find that there are more light workers now than there have been up until recently? Or do you think that they've always been there and they're just realizing, no?
Uh, well, a little bit of both. Well, so yeah, so they could have been asleep
Mhm.
or blinded or in the programming, and with COVID that woke a lot of people up. And then any type of a big event, and sometimes it's just age, sometimes it's just maturity, sometimes it's just where you are on your life path. Sometimes people are searching and wondering and responding to, I have this, desire to move to Texas. Why do I keep wanting to move to Texas? And they have like these feelings that they don't understand. But it all comes from spirit and your awakening. It's
Yes.
really neat.
And Juno said, I think a lot of us came out of the closet and showed ourselves. I think that's true, but I think, like Jean said, that there are. Someone said, and I wish I could remember who. It was one of our someone in our community said that people now are being born aware, born awake, and I think that's true. That the younger people are coming up, they're already aware of what's going on. They're already way more plugged in than we were.
That's right. That's right. They, yeah, their frequency, I think, is tuned at a different frequency. And you know how they say the veil is thinning? Well, we had to come in one density, and then as the veil is thinning, we're moving to the fourth density. The new ones that are coming in, like in babies and toddlers, I think, are coming in closer to the fourth density frequency. I believe that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I
I'd
think
like to know who said that too.
I don't know who it was that I first heard it from.
Uh-huh.
But it was someone in our community.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
Jenny said that it was being discussed on a Lightworkers Roundtable by Katie
Oh,
and Celtic Tarot Sheila. Does she pronounce it Celtic or Celtic?
I think I'm not sure. I I say Celtic, but
I do too.
okay.
So, so you had this interesting experience this past weekend. How do you think it affected um, coming back to your practice this week?
That's a really good question, Deb H. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start building the business end of it. I was kind of not ready to put both feet in, and I think that just the experience there and the energy there and the desire to go back into, I mean, just the people, just meeting and talking to the people and helping the people. And I just have so much ambition and desire to keep going and to go full force. So I scheduled some uh, like photographs, headshots, because that's the one thing that's holding me back. I don't know. I mean, I thought, they don't need them. But you know what? If you want to brand yourself and you want to be,
Exactly.
helping people, you really need a headshot.
You do. You need. There's all kinds of things you need. I've even resorted to taking a newsletter about content creation. so,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it's there is so much thought that goes into trying to reach people so that you can hopefully get to that person that you need to help. Um, and I feel really strongly about that, about trying to find the people who are searching and need whatever advice you can give them or whatever um, way that you can point them toward spiritual growth.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's a lot of like the business end of it. And sorry, I was going to share this with my sister. I don't know if I can do that. Okay. Um, Yeah, it's more of the business end of it that I really need to make some adjustments and some changes and some updates and get ready. Yeah, especially with this trade show that I did, I wasn't really sure how it was going to turn out. I didn't have a headshot. I didn't. I just kind of put in. I made I did an ad in their flyer in their magazine and online, And I kind of just did it myself on, using the Microsoft products. And so now this time I think I'm going to get an ad made. I'm going to get something that's standard. I'm going to get, these kinds of things.
Yeah, something that appeals to people.
That's the key. That's a $34,000 question. That's
Yes.
funny. I
Well, and
think
then
it.
you have to consider that the people in our community are pretty eclectic. They come from all over the world. They come from different walks of life. They have different gifts. So you never know what's going to click with the majority of people.
Yeah, I think that um, it's important. It's interesting that we're talking about this, and I thank you, Deb, because I haven't really actually gone to this level with thinking it through. But what I think I'd like to have is that my logo or my print ad or anything that I develop really does represent my energy and what I resonate, and then. Don't worry about the people, the right people who see the information and feel that vibration or feel drawn
Mhm.
to reach out to me. They're the ones that will.
Yeah,
So I think that making it about reflecting me and my energy and what how I do my readings and I think that would be my focus. Instead of thinking, what would other people like? I would just have to reflect exactly who I am
mhm.
and in the most honest, concise way. People don't like to read a lot of little print, so I,
They
you know,
don't, and they tend not to have a long attention span. So it needs to be in a condensed format.
exactly, exactly. So that's my goal.
Hi, Gina,
That's my goal.
and
Oh, hi, Andrea. Andrea's here, and
and
Jackie, and Gina, and
Karen.
Mary Thornberry. Hi, Mary Thornberry. Wow, she had a
So
good experience the other day. Oh my gosh, everybody's here.
Mary's here,
Thanks.
yes, and Gina and Janet P. And we
And
have a really
Karen's
good group
here.
today.
That's great. That's really
So
great.
we love having all of you here.
Absolutely. You guys are so sweet to one another. Um, so I do have, let me tell you a little bit about what's coming up. And hi, Michelle, my belle. How are you? Nice to see you. And tomorrow on Saturday, I'm hosting the Crone Zone. That's Priscilla and Heather from the Crone Zone. And they are currently in Mount Shasta in California.
I knew they were
And
going to Mount Shasta. Are they already there?
yes, they're there now. And they wanted to do a live from there, but it's a lot setting it up and hosting and do it. I said, look, I'll
Mhm.
host you. I'll just be the MC, how you can make the screen small and put them, they
Yeah,
can do the show. I can pop up the questions for them and run the show. And they just have to, jump on and answer the questions. So this way
cool.
yeah,
That's
it's
a
mhm.
joint effort.
Oh, are you kidding? I was thrilled. I'm like, please let me do it because I wanted, wanted to be in Mount Shasta. Bring me there with you. So that's going to be really exciting.
It's
And
really
then
beautiful.
I've heard, I've heard it's the
I
energy that
mean,
I would go for more than, I mean, and the beauty, but it's the energy. I had, I was on the Crone Zone, guesting with them, and I explained to them at one time that I did have a yearning. I had a pulling, I had a calling to go to Mount Shasta. And it was very strong. It was really strong. I felt like the civilization that's underneath that mountain or underneath the
I
volcano mountain
missed
were calling
you.
to me.
There she is. Okay. What time tomorrow?
1 p.m. Eastern, uh, noon Central, 11, sorry, I'm trying to go backwards, 11 Mountain and 10 a.m. Pacific.
All right.
So 1 Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific.
So,
And that's going to be very exciting. Michelle, my help once said she would love to go to Mount Shasta.
yes,
I
she
know.
did.
Dr. Gail's going to have to get a bigger place.
It would be beautiful. Yes.
And then in the afternoon, after doing that, I'm going to be on a friend of mine's channel. It's Shane from Unbiased and On the Fence. And we
Hmm.
usually do questions and mediumship and spirit guide questions. And it's always a really, really interesting time. I usually go on his channel once a month, and it's very, very high vibrational over there. It's really great.
Juno, well, Juno says she will be in shamanism class, so she's going to watch the replay. That's exciting.
Yes. How is that going, Juno? Are you taking shamanism with Danny, the journeying? That will really catapult you.
It will. So,
I was I took shamanic energy healing for about 3 years, and it was a 1 year course.
hmm.
And then we kept continuing. She would be like, okay, we're like, no, let's do more. She's like, really? The teacher, because there was like maybe a group of 7 of us. We're like, let's continue. So the teacher developed a curriculum, and we're like, we just wanted to expand our minds, expand our abilities, and just practice. So we did this for 3 years, and it was quite the experience. Really interesting.
Practice is so important to getting a real understanding of what our abilities are. Like, I still don't know what I can do unless somebody asks me and then I try. So, so you just
Exactly. It
never.
is, and that's the way it happened when Allie had us on her channel, and she goes,
Mhm.
"Sure, guys, come on over and practice." So they're like, "Can you Can you see, get a message from my dog?" I'm like, "Well, I've never done it before, but let's see what the guides say."
Let's
You know,
try it.
like
Yeah.
it's always worth a try, and that's the way I approach things. But I understand that that's what
And
you're finding too, Deb.
just because you can't do it today doesn't mean you won't be able to do it tomorrow.
That's right. Recently, Deb and I were in a private session, and I asked her to bring through a message from my father, my deceased father, and she gave me a message, and I was like, "Oh, that's so good. That's perfect. That's spot on. I really, thank you." And she's like, "That's the first time I ever did that." I'm like, "No way, Debbie. Are you kidding me?"
It was
She
funny too because he brought in my dad, and my dad like was not amused. So that's what he does for you. Your dad brings in people that are more reluctant to come forward, and my dad is almost always reluctant to come forward. So that's why he brought him. and
Wow.
and that's how I knew what it was that he did, because my dad will be the one in the corner not saying anything.
And that's fine. That's fine. They don't have to talk to us. And I did bring through somebody's grandfather one time, and he was just like if you would say, "Grandpa, you want some cake? Yeah, sure. Grandpa, you want some coffee? Yeah, yeah, sure." And then, "You want cream in it? No, no, that's okay." Like he's just whatever you say
That
is yes,
was
yes, yes. And just just be quiet. Yes, and be quiet. Like don't ask me anymore.
pretty
Um,
much.
but this is the type that I brought through. And sometimes I can just pick up their energy and their personality. They don't really have to come through with a strong message if they don't want.
No. And he's just there to facilitate those ones that are either reluctant or not as practiced at having their voice heard.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Some people, I find the what it feels like to me sometimes when I'm connecting to a spirit guide. or a spirit messenger, the loved one on the other side, and they're trying to use energy or projection. I see like really quick little glimpses, and it's very quick and it's not very clear. And oh, that was your grandfather, Elmer. Oh,
Nancy
Nancy,
Riper's
you're
grandfather.
right. You're right. And I'm like, you want some cake, Grandpa? No, no, no. That's fine. That's fine. You want coffee? Yes, thank you. Like just yes or no, yes or no. That's all he says. But he was. I remember that, Nancy. He was so sweet to come through.
Let's see.
She had Raha Shah the other day. Wow.
You told her about her dragon cohort.
Oh, very nice. Corroborated. Nice.
It's nice when that
I
happens.
don't know who Raha Shah is.
I
Do you
don't
had
e-
a reading with Raha Shah? Do I know that? Is that a YouTuber? Do you know, Deb? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know.
well, thanks, Nancy. Thanks for letting me know that that was your grandfather. He was so sweet. But and they come through, and so what I was saying is that sometimes when they're trying to use their thoughts or force energy, it comes through in just little glimpses. And I like to read through my heart chakra when I read
Mhm.
souls, and I can pick up their soul vibration. So I tell them just to relax in their soul and feel what they want to say. And I tell them just the I don't know whose it was, but it was amazing. I just said just concentrate on what you want to say to your daughter or whoever it was. And then immediately I started getting things and feeling things, and it was just a beautiful way for me to clarify the method of communication with the loved one on the other side.
That is an amazing ability. I haven't honed my skill to the level that I know where it's coming from. That I know if it's coming from my heart chakra or my third eye or where.
Hmm.
So,
And
but I'm working on it.
hmm. Yeah, yeah. And we're going to help you practice here, Deb. I mean, opening up your own channel is a great way to start. And come on every day and ask for questions. Anybody have any questions about now, Deb? You're okay with reading spirit guides, or do you want to just do loved ones and pets today?
I'm fine with whatever anyone has a question for.
That's great. I was hoping you would say that. Yeah.
Juno says that from the Law of One, Diane's tarot channels Rahasha.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Well, that's good. Nice. Nice.
So, and Andrea is right. It's a lifelong journey,
It is.
which kind of brings me to the question we have starred. Jenny's question. I have a question. How do you keep your zodiac sign gifts at bay? For a true example, having trouble keeping my Scorpio temper in check. It's happened a lot in the last couple of weeks. I can tell you as a double Scorpio that has been a lifelong battle. And the way I keep mine in check is that I try to do what they do in Buddhism, which is to detach. And if you detach, then you're not emotionally involved. So it's harder for them to make you angry. Now, that takes years and years of practice to work on that. Do you have any practical suggestions, Jean, about how she could go about this?
I think that underneath all anger and temper is fear, and underneath all fear is insecurities.
Yeah.
And it's important for you to love yourself, give yourself grace, forgive yourself, give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourself. Be kind to yourself. And then once you become in this energy space for yourself in the mirror, then you can extend this to others. Because no matter how much temper you think that you have directed to others, it's 10 times worse what you're doing to yourself.
Exactly.
And it's very important for you to practice self love, forgiveness, grace, let it go,
Mhm.
release control. Practice this with your own self. You're the only one that control your thoughts, emotions, and actions, and to have grace with yourself. Even when you're in the kitchen and you drop a knife and it splatters peanut butter across the whole floor, instead of
Exactly.
getting angry, say, you know, um, I don't know, just be kind to yourself and say, nice one, next time be more careful or something, just and keep it in check and practice the little things with yourself, and
Exactly.
it'll extend out to others. Hmm.
Cherry's here, and wait, who
Hi,
did I?
Sherry H.
Anna Banana is here.
Anna Banana, I saw you on Kelly's channel. That was so great. It was a long one too.
I missed it. I've been kind of out of the loop the last couple of days. I told Jean that I adopted a little dog on the spur of the moment yesterday. So I've been a little bit frazzled with that.
Absolutely. Now, have you had pets before, Deb?
I have, and this one is, I think, a reincarnation of a pet that I had um, that I just recently lost in March.
Oh,
So I think that's why he came so quickly and unexpectedly. So
absolutely. So, what is the new puppy's name?
I'm going to call him Monkey because he's climbing on everything and just showing out and being a little a little monkey. he's he's climbing on furniture and he
How
will
how
get
interesting.
on you and just he's he's a funny little guy. So I'm calling him Monkey.
That's interesting. That's so neat. How cute. Well, you'll have to post a picture when you can, when you get the chance.
I will as soon as I can get him to
I know. I
be
know.
still quickly or long enough to.
No rush whenever you get the chance.
So, Juno asked this question. She wanted to know if she has any messages. What kind of messages are you looking for?
I think she wants a spirit message just for guidance. Is it, and if that's correct, let us know. If not, you can clarify.
You
Aw.
monkey man. uh,
Eminem.
yes,
She's
what you said,
okay.
Jean. So,
Okay.
a message from spirit.
So what I'm hearing, what I'm sensing from the spirit realm, from my guides, your guides, is they're telling me that you feel youthful. They're telling me that you're going back to a time of like your 20s and 30s when you felt more in control with your just more in control or more stable or more strong or more confident. You had this confidence, and they're telling me that you're feeling your soul is coming back to you, and you'll find this in your shamanism class. If you can retrieve your soul parts, that would really be helpful for you too, Juno. And they're just telling me that your soul is coming back to you, that your confidence is coming back to you, and they're just seeing this youthful glow to you that is that's coming through. What once was is back again. That it's no longer shrouded in anxiety or insecurities. That you're coming back. You're coming into your own. That's beautiful.
Well, what I got was that you have embarked on this and you're putting in the work. And then I get the lovers. So you're forming partnerships now that are going to serve you in the future. And I think that goes along with the youthfulness that Jean's talking about, is that this is really reinvigorating you, because this card jumped out, the sun. So
Oh,
that tells me that you are completely on the right path. You are definitely putting in the work. Your foundation is strong, and all of the partnerships you make now are going to serve you as you go forward.
you said reinvigorating, and I heard also I heard rejuvenation, and that's really important, Juno. That's it. I can just feel you coming back into your soul and taking control. It's just beautiful how far you've come. It's amazing.
She said she never thought she'd be doing her own YouTube channel. Me either. I am an introvert. So the thought of doing a channel terrified me. But anyone who's thinking about it, it's not that hard. If you just put yourself forward, then spirit will lead you the way you need to go.
And Anna Banana did it, and a
Yes,
lot
she
of us
did.
are doing it. And what it is we spirit needs all of us. There's
Yes.
going to be a time when all of those people that are asleep out there are going to start waking up, and they're going to need all of us. They're going to need us where we are.
Yeah.
Someone at my vibration, someone at Deb's vibration, someone at Juno's vibration, so that all those people, just like I said, that the advertisement that I want it to be my vibration, because I need to help people who are,
Right.
anybody, but to connect with me.
People that will recognize you as someone they can relate to.
Right. So, and this is why they need all of us, and they need Anna Banana, they need Kelly, they need Allie, they need Deb. It, we're all going to be needed. They're setting us up so that we can be ready, so that when the time comes, we're here. There's going to be a big spiritual advancement and leveling up. The big wave. Actually, I was on, Valerie Illumination Portal. I
Mm-hmm.
was on her show on Tuesday, and she was talking about a wave that's coming in the astrological charts,
Right.
and astrology. And then we were actually pulling some Ascended Master cards, and I put and Goddess cards, and one of the messages through that, I'm like, she's showing me a swirl. She's showing me it's like a swirl. It's like a Fibonacci, and it looks like a wave. And I'm like, oh, that's the wave, Val, that you said. You said wave. I said wave. Well, I was watching Kim from Intuitive View last night. She said there's a wave. I was
There
like, I.
is. There is. And we need to be ready for this, the influx that's going to happen. Because as people wake up, they're waking up in clusters. So we're going to be in need. Everything we do is now is important. What Anna said, that's the hard part, putting yourself forward when you're used to being in the background. can be intimidating. And if you're like me, I spent my entire life hiding. I I can make myself invisible to the point where people walk into me out in public because they don't see me. So if you're used to hiding, then it's hard to take your light out from under its basket and let everybody see it. But that's what we need to do. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but it will be so important as we go forward because the vibrations are coming up. And if we aren't leading the way, then some people will be lost. And we don't want that to happen.
Yeah. And Andrea said, light workers are bridges. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, that is
We are.
beautiful.
That's a beautiful way to say that, way to put it. Yeah. And Linda Elaine is here. Aw, Linda
Yes, and
Elaine.
Lauren is here.
And Lauren. Let me see. I saw her go by.
So
Uh,
there is.
there it is. Okay. Go ahead.
There's so much to do, but that's why we need everyone, because it's like Mark Atha says that he just sees everybody joining like a web of light workers joining together in the world. And we are, if you think about it, we are all joining together. And once we're all together, then we can shine so bright that the darkness can't get through. The low vibrations won't have a chance.
Well, we'll restore the balance.
Yes.
We need the yin yang. Right
Yes.
now, we're all yang and no yang.
Yes. Because right now, it's not balanced.
Right. So we need to restore the balance. We can't get rid of it because we need the balance. But yeah, everything in. Yeah, I'm really excited for the future. And my guides tell me to start celebrating. They're like, put down everything and just start celebrating. We've done it. We're there.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
It may look like we haven't, but we have. Lauren said she's grateful to have found the community. She's positive in her mental and spiritual outlook, and she would not be as hopeful without the community. And I think that that's true, that it gives us, I have felt like we needed to be united for a while, that's how the dark ages happened, is the light was suppressed to the point where people had no hope. And that's what we're doing, is we're offering the hope of how it can be and how it will be. Ginny said she's getting this extreme sadness.
Ginny, I think you're picking up on the collective.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's a collective humanity that is sad about what we're watching and what we're going through, and
Yes.
the just the behavior of a few that's affecting the masses. So,
And it might sound callous, but I have to unplug. I can't follow the news too closely. I get my news from the community, and I am very selective about how much I take in, because we're mostly empaths and we're open already. So if you absorb all of that negativity, it's not useful. You can't vibrate on a high level if you're filling yourself with so much negativity. And Andrea said it's always about high vibration. We ask, what do I do physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? And that's true.
absolutely. So I was going to say something about Jenny's comment. What
about the
was that?
sadness.
Sorry, I'm trying to review. It was what they're telling me is because we are evolving, because humanity is evolving and we're raising our frequency and our emotional sensitivity is raised so that we can connect with the spirit side. Emotionally, frequency and sensitivity is all heightened so that we can be sensitive to the subtle nudges from spirit. Well, the sensitivity is so high that anything from the community or the masses, we feel so much deeper. So it's very important for you to regulate your what comes in your eyes, what comes in your ears, and listening to other people gossip and things. Just any lower negativity vibration, you have to keep to a very basic minimum. I'm not saying stick your head in the sand. I'm saying get the highlights, get the information, and then walk away and do something. Listen to music, go outside, do something high vibration. You have to keep that balance up. And yeah, it's real important because you probably didn't feel this before because your frequency it wasn't as high. But now that you're here listening, you're part of the community, and we're all raising our vibration and
Yes,
increasing our sensitivity.
we are. And I pulled a card. It's Emily Bronte, and it talks about fantasy or hiding in fantasy, dwelling in fantasy. And that's what people are doing. They are not based in reality. And we don't want to, we don't need to go into the fantasy to pull them out. We can beckon to them from outside of the fantasy.
Well,
We can show them what is real just by the way we live our lives and shine our lights. We don't have to go in there to get
right,
them.
right, right.
Andrea said the daily question becomes, what can I do every day? And,
How may I serve humanity best?
yes,
Please, my guides, my angels, please guide me to, you know, provide the best service to humanity today in any small way that we can, whether it's coming on a YouTube channel for 1 hour and speaking to everybody and giving everybody messages, or if it's just holding a door for an elderly woman or helping her with her bags, or, just whatever you can do. Just smile at somebody. That's very helpful too.
you never know what's going to make a difference. Like you said, if you carry someone's bags, that could make the difference that starts the chain reaction that we're looking for. Just
Mhm.
brightening someone's day enough to lift their vibrations is something.
Restoring the humanity
The balance.
in our society,
Yes.
restoring the kindness um, is really helpful. It's really beautiful. That was good. So did anybody else have another question? Or would you like to pull some cards? Do you have any cards that we can do a reading on? Like maybe get a message from an ascended master or a goddess? Deb, if you'd like to do that.
We could. I don't have cards specific to those, but I can pull cards around those subjects,
Uh-huh.
around ascended masters or goddesses.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to do the goddess card, the goddess deck. I had good
I have
experience with this.
the angels and ancestors.
Oh, wow. Who's that by? It looks
Kyle
familiar.
Gray.
Yeah.
It's Kyle Gray.
Yeah.
Gino says, knowing that there were live chats where someone would say hello and send a heart emoji has made all the difference for me. It's, you never know. I know um, some of the readers don't care for having people say hello to each other, and you never know though, if you can brighten someone's day just by saying hello to them. So
Absolutely.
you
Hmm.
can brighten someone's day just by noticing something they said. I've actually seen people in chat say, can anyone see me, because no one is talking to them.
Oh,
And so just acknowledging someone, and that they, so that they feel heard, can be can really lift someone's spirits enough to raise their vibrations.
absolutely. Oh,
um, Linda Elaine wanted to know if it would be a good match for her gifts to take a Reiki class.
okay. Let me check with my pendulum and then I'll give you my personal opinion.
I'll do mine to you.
Yay! Is Reiki, is this Reiki class a good match for Linda? Boy, she is being quiet today. Is now a good time to ask questions? She's saying yes, but she's being very, very subtle. And
I
is
got a yes.
Reiki a good match for Linda's gifts?
And I asked if there would be something else that would be a better match, and I got no. So I'm thinking that Reiki would be helpful. Um, my own opinion is that you may already have the skill inside of yourself.
Yeah, well, they just teach you how to use the skill that's
Right,
already there.
right.
But what I found, so my pendulum did say yes, it did eventually get stronger. So it may be a little bit of a slower start for you,
Mhm.
or maybe take a while to get revved up with it. And that's okay. Just give yourself time. And I did take Reiki, all three Reiki courses. And what I found is that the attunement is life changing. The attunement opened up my spiritual awareness. I remember before that and after that. And I also, with my shamanic energy healing um, courses that I took, there's an attunement with that as well, which is very powerful.
Mhm.
So yeah, it opens up that gateway, that doorway, that saying that you're ready to serve as, a healer through your hands. I think that's just beautiful. So I would highly recommend it.
Yeah.
And even if you just want to practice getting closer to your spirit guides, I would recommend taking a Reiki class. You can always do Reiki on yourself. You can do Reiki on your pets. You can do Reiki on your tomato plants outside. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just really, really, we should all learn it when we're in kindergarten. I mean, this should be
Yeah.
universal.
It should be. It should be. But first, we have to get past the idea that education is not something we want. I live in Texas, and our education system is under attack.
We have to take it into our own hands and have,
Yes.
small neighborhood classes. Say, this is
Yes.
how you balance your checkbook. This is how you pay off a credit card. This is how you register to vote. This is how, whatever is not taught to anybody. Um,
Basic things that
mhm.
everyone should know.
Yep.
I
This
agree.
is,
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah. So we need to take it into our own hands and do it as a community thing for free.
Um, Cardamancy Mesquite, Angela would like to know, how is my fight with the city going?
Let me see what Spirit has to say.
I'm going to use my light and shadow for this question, my light and shadow oracle. This one. Well, I happen to know that people are working on her street and her sewer system. I got the sewer mermaid.
Wow.
And she says, your sensuality is beautiful, but I don't think that's the message. I think the message is um, the
Wow. Look at
city might
that.
be, that's a literal message.
Well, with the first thing that came to me, and I'm not really getting a lot. I'm just getting that you need to be seen and heard. Maybe call and check. Say, would you be able to give me my status today? Is there any chance I can check and see what's going on? Is anything new? Is there anything else I can do? Is it okay if I come down? Or, just let them know that you want to help them to help you. Should I call? Do you want me to send it in again? Just what can I do? Maybe just be seen or heard a little bit more. Um, Maybe send a letter. I don't know what you did originally.
Be the
Uh,
squeaky wheel.
right, right. They have a lot. They have a lot going on, and yeah, things can fall through the cracks or put to the side unless you're standing in front of them. Say, just checking on what's going on with my claim or with my complaint. Is there anything news or anything I can do to help you guys help me?
Right.
It's a difficult process dealing with municipalities, but you can find really good people that work there that can help you.
Andrea said she'd like to get cards on new tools for addiction help and work. And she's talked about it's part of her real life work, and in the ascension, I'm hoping new tools will emerge. So
Mm.
you're talking about spiritual tools, Andrea, is that? She says fentanyl has changed the recovery urgency. It's immediate death, and I am experiencing young overdosers. So you need the tools for the people that are surviving. Addiction used to be a progressive disease, and now it's fast track death. So
I think it's a systemic uh, community, you know, boys club, canoe club, I don't know. It just having more community events, openings, outlets, outreach, maybe a mobile outreach.
well,
I'm not
those
sure.
are
Are you in the city area, Andrea, or are you a little bit more in the burbs?
where are you located, Andrea?
But in either way, it would have to be set up for before, and so that people know once. Yeah,
Right.
that's what I was getting. But you were asking for new tools, right?
For
That's
spiritual tools.
mm,
Andrea, I'm getting you know what to do.
wow.
Um, I got the Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. Lord, take charge with authority. And Peacekeeper, to let go of the need to be right. So you have the tools. You already have the tools you need. You just have to figure out how to work them for each individual. Each individual needs what you have. but maybe in a slightly different way, a slightly different format.
Andrea, do you teach breathing techniques? Because I hear that breathing can change the state and the body, because it's a lot of physical, it's a lot of body reaction, it's a lot of body, you know, not recovery, but body remedies that are required because the addiction is their body. And it's important for us to work with their mind and teach them how to tolerate their body and
Right.
command their body and be the what did you say, in charge? What was that guy? With
Um,
authority.
oh, I already
Control.
put him back. He was
That's
the
okay. Yeah.
to
It's
be the
authority.
authority. To be the authority. It was the Lord. Be the authority. You already know, Andrea. You know. Karen's asking, are you familiar with Claudia Christian's work? But,
Oh,
I had
wow.
not heard this, but it does not surprise me. I know. Hi, Ron. I know there are.
Yeah, Andrea, definitely look that up and check it out. And if she's, and it's believe me, the I do know that acupuncturists work with addiction as well. They
Yes.
can help to open up the pathways to heal the body from this uh, addictive cycle.
Yes, and I know that she's worked. I also know that um, Carrie at My Left Ear spent some her career working with people with addictions. So maybe the answer is finding a coalition of people to bounce ideas off of that
Or-
are some of them in the community that have done this work for a long time, and uh, I you have it inside of you. Maybe it's just pulling it out or refining it or putting it repurposing what you already know. That's what I
Hmm.
got. That
Hey, Ron, Unconditional Love is here. Thanks for stopping
yes,
by. So nice to see you.
yes. It's always good to see Ron.
And thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. You guys are doing great.
So
Yeah, we need to help get Deb up so she can get a community page.
yeah, I'm
So
a little ways off. So
it's still a goal. It's still a
I
goal.
will get there. I will
Get
get there.
let's get her. See if you can share with your friends. Ask your friends to, if they haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And Deb, we're going to come on my channel and we're going to ask all my people to subscribe. We need to help each other. It doesn't cost anything, and we really need to support our community. So we really appreciate you asking a friend, hey, look, this is somebody that is new in the community. We'd love for you to subscribe and help her out. Right?
That's lovely. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Jenny's asking, are my bosses going to get their stuff together? That's a good question.
So let me check my pendulum, my quiet pendulum.
I should.
Ron said he was the first one you invited on your channel. Is
Yes,
that?
Ron was.
Oh,
Ron agreed to be the guinea pig, and he survived.
Jimmy, her boss is going to get their stuff together.
I'm getting no answer.
I'm getting a yes, pretty strong yes. I think a lot of people are scrambling. A lot of people are not knowing what to do because,
I think
yeah.
that's true. That is true. It's a time, it's a confusing time because people are being told that it's terrible, that the economy is terrible, it's awful. People are, there aren't enough jobs to go around, all kinds of things that are untrue. We do have inflation, and it's a byproduct of what's going on. But our economy is actually doing pretty well. And they're not hiring people because they don't want to pay people what people want to work for. So,
Yep, I think it's the big shift. Yeah, yeah. It's
let me just quickly do this since I just put my opinion out there.
that's pretty. Nice job.
Yeah,
Very nice.
there we go. I uh I pulled some. Oh, that's interesting. This deck has is women writers, and then um, things we might call tools. And there are about a third as many writers as there are tools. But I drew three authors: Janet Frame, who, whose keyword is belonging, and so that's knowing yourself and um, being. The opposite of that is being a stranger. So I got her. Then Octavia E. Butler, whose keyword is the future. So this is worrying about the future and allowing your imagination to run away with you. And then I
Mm,
got Emily Bronte again. She's fantasy and hiding in fantasy and indulging in fantasy. So I think that they are maybe not on the right track, your bosses. So if they can get themselves centered and figure out what's going on, then I think they can get it together. I think that's why I didn't get an answer, because their energy right now is a little bit scattered. They kind of don't know what they're doing.
sometimes there's like growing pains, and when there's like a readjustment going on in business, it's hard to make everything move and go smoothly all at once. You kind of have to smooth out one part at a time, and then the machine will start working well together.
That's interesting that I got so many authors on that, and they all kind of pointed to that they are having a trouble. And she said they're in transition. She's trying to
Hmm.
give them time to get it together. I think, like Jean said, they will eventually, but right now they're having kind of a hard time figuring out exactly what they should be doing. And that may be because they're following what they're being fed instead of looking at the facts. Instead of doing their own research, they're listening to what's going on. And they need to focus on what's actually going on in the company
Right,
and not what everybody says.
right. Interesting.
So
Interesting.
let's see. Sherry had this point. Let's see. What's hard is those of us who live in constant chronic pain are finding it harder to get the meds we need to just function normally. I've just got steel rods and screws in my spine. My
Oh
son,
my gosh, Sherry. I'm so
my,
sorry to hear that.
my son has his spine is fused, and he has titanium rods and screws in his, and he can't go through metal detectors, and he can't anyway because he's in a wheelchair. He'd set it off no matter what. but he can't go like in a hot tub because that metal would superheat.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's uh, I can't speak to the meds, but I am in constant chronic pain too, Sherry, because of being run over by a car 30 years ago. And um, there's not really anything they can do for my problem, but um, I don't have an answer. I know that they're clamping down on the drug thing because of addiction. Uh, I don't know what the answer is. And I don't think Spirit knows what the answer is to either at this time. I think we'll get there. I think it's coming up. I think I've heard Sterling speak to this that it's coming, but it's a little ways away, and that the research isn't there yet. It's coming along. So,
Didn't he
and
say it's like within 5 years? I think it's
I
CRISPR
think he did.
technology that he's talking
I
about.
think he did, but they are kind of not talking about it. So um, I think that the researchers have their head down and they're working on it, and they're not sharing because they're not there yet. Um, it's the same sort of technology, I think, if I understood him right, that helped develop this vaccine for COVID. So it's um, they've been working on it for a couple decades. So Andrea,
Bonnie,
her
Bonnie's
saying
saying hi.
hi, Wani.
Bonnie, yeah, so
Good to
cute.
see you.
Aw. Yeah, the only reason, I mean, not one of the abilities or remedies that I find is helpful for chronic pain would be the acupuncture. It's the one natural pain reliever and helps your body to um, get back into balance. And along with your help, but massage also is good. Reiki is good. Any type of uh, therapy,
Right.
physical therapy, um, you know.
And I don't have insurance of any kind, so I haven't seen a doctor in 20 years or more, in more than 20 years. So it's, I live in a state that doesn't really care about people enough to, to care whether or not we have adequate care. So, but
I would say,
hopefully that will change. Hi, Teresa, Hugger,
hey, Teresa K.
and
Um,
Marcia.
you might want to look for a clinic in the area because there's acupuncturists in schools popping up all over the place, and they need clinical practice time. So that's also an
So I may
option.
check into that. In the area that I live in, we pretty much don't have clinics. There's like you have to go to the hospital, the county hospital, and stand in line for days at a time to be able to get to be seen uh, by the county people. So I just have never done it. But
Mm,
um, I just find other ways to deal with it, and I'm very careful.
absolutely, absolutely.
So, and also, like Sherry's talking about legalizing marijuana um, under the people who are in my state now, our politicians, that will not
Hmm.
happen. Will not happen. So the only way for that to happen here is for all of those people, all of them, to be voted out.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, well, all the best to you. And Sherry, wishing you a speedy recovery and that you're back to your old self in no time. And hopefully that will help relieve some of that chronic pain that you've been dealing with.
Hmm.
So, wishing you all the best.
Yeah, I hope you get what you need. Marcia, that I live in a state where the governor decided not to participate in the Affordable Care Act. So it would cost something on the order of about $5,000 or $6,000 a year for me to enroll in the Affordable Care Act because my state does not participate in it. So I would be out of pocket as much as if I, had regular insurance. I would be out of pocket. So that is my lovely state. So
I'm
yes, I have
surprised
checked.
they haven't had a class action suit against that.
I don't think anybody realizes they could have a class action suit um, against the state because all of the politicians in my state, governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, all the way down, are would not. Yeah, it would have to be pursued privately for sure. And I don't know if there are any uh, private law firms that would be interested in taking on the establishment.
Mm.
No, never move there, Jenny.
Well, it's just it's astonishing that things will turn around. They're bound to
They
get
will,
better.
and I believe that they will. It will take a little bit of time because people have to wake up. We have to come out in numbers big enough that their cheating won't stop us, because there is a large amount of governmental cheating and gerrymandering and things. I mean, my attorney general actually said in public out loud that if it hadn't been for him intercepting mail-in votes, that my state would have gone blue in the
Wow.
last election. He said that out loud in public on a news program. So
You know what time it is, Deb? It's time for a goddess
it certainly
card.
is.
Let's get
It
a goddess
certainly
card
is.
going.
But that's why I don't pay attention to it because it makes my blood
Yes.
pressure go up.
Yeah, I could feel the energy kind of just going.
Yes, and you are
So,
right, and that's
so let's
I
turn
need
that
to
around
rein
upside
myself back
down.
in.
Let's bring spirit and the light and the love and the vibrations. And I
Yes.
apologize. I have to turn that down. Of course, it's just spam, but I forgot to turn down my phone. Um, all right, let's see who we have. Namitona, sacred space. And I do have my reading glasses. And it says, create an altar or visit a powerful place to connect with the divine. Nametona. Let me see if I can hold that up.
That's
Nametona,
beautiful.
sacred space, create your altar. We all need to do this. It's very important, even if it's just a little napkin on your kitchen table, and then place little things on it that are like crystals or, some natural oils or herbs or just anything that brings you happiness.
Yes.
Um, is really important. Some maybe sage leaves and just little offerings that you can offer. You can put a bell there. Just like think of earth, wind, and fire. Like think things from the earth, things like maybe a feather for wind, and maybe a little votive candle, just something really small, just a little
Just
altar that
something that can change the energy.
exactly,
Uh,
exactly. So would you like to do a to check and see if we can receive a message from Namitona
Okay.
and see if she has something special to say for us to us today? I like doing this. Hang on to these. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Nemetona, maybe. Neme. She's just suggesting that this act of creating an altar and visiting a sacred space within our home that we can return to again and again each and every day is a reflection of the golden divine spark inside of our hearts. And by doing this, you'll reflect your own spiritual image in the sacred space, in the altar space, and it will help to build and secure and um, support your own spirit. It'll help. It's almost like a mirroring kind of effect. That's interesting. Did you get anything, Deb?
Um, I drew some cards, and what I got was first I got the great teacher, learn from
Oh,
spiritual experiences, and then I got the drum, dream and journey. But this is the important one. Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. There
that's
it is.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
So, yes, that having a sacred space that you can go to uh, change the energy and transmute the energy. Sometimes what I do is I do an exchange of energy from source to Gaia, and energy flowing in and then flowing back up. And that helps me change my energy. But I also do have a sacred space, an altar.
That's beautiful. I think it reminds us of our own spirit. It's really
Yes.
nice.
And that we are in control. We don't have to let the negative stuff take over. We can stop ourselves, take a breath, and change it. And I have one more question. Wani wanted to know if you are interested, that she would love any spiritual messages.
Hi, Wani. It's Wani, right?
Yes, I believe it
Wani.
is. That's what if I'm saying it wrong, Wani, let me know. Yes, okay. Thank you.
They're just suggesting that you might want to. They're showing me that you're moving at light speed and that you're spreading yourself a little thin. That you're going to work. You're doing things after work. You're doing things on the weekends. You're doing. I mean, it's like doing, and it's they're asking you to consider. They're suggesting that you consider just being instead of doing, just being, and to maybe slow down your pace and allow a little bit of breathing room for yourself. That you have a lot of commitments, or you have a lot of obligations, or you have a lot of goals that you set for yourself. Like maybe you go to the gym, you go to the grocery store, then you go to the hairdresser, and then you go. It seems like you're on the go, 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 and they are saying carve out a little bit of time where you can have just Wani time and yeah, to quiet.
That's kind of what I got. I got the Empress card. So you are the Empress, but you need to build on your foundation, lay your foundation, take your time, and make sure that you're standing on solid ground. And the way that you do that is to follow your own light. This hermit has her own light. So sit down and with a quiet mind, think about what your gifts are. That you have what you need. You just have to make sure that you recharge yourself and that you have that foundation that you need to stand on. Just you can do all the things that you need to do and want to do, but just make sure that you have the support that you need.
Yeah, I like that. Building your spiritual foundation, your taking care of yourself as well. That's
Yes, and
great.
sometimes it's as simple as sitting down and breathing and remembering what you have to offer.
It's the focus. It's a lot of mind too. Your mind is forward, your mind is back, your mind is, even when you are resting or relaxing, your mind is not focused, and getting to that resting point inside of the now moment, which is not what happened yesterday, why did that happen, or what's going to happen next week. It's all, I'm just sitting here now, and I'm very cool, and I'm very comfortable, and
Mhm.
just concentrate and on this moment. And it may be only for like 15 seconds, or
Mhm.
maybe 2 or 3 minutes in the beginning, but they just want you to take
Just
time to develop that connection with your spirit.
and you may feel overwhelmed, but if you do that, if you just take a minute or even like Jean said 15 seconds and breathe and concentrate on what's inside of you, then you should be fine. Let your light shine. Juno, I missed your show. I didn't get to see it because I was otherwise occupied, but I have it on my watch list.
Which one did you get to see?
The one where she was on with Kelly.
Oh, I see. Aw. Ah. Oh, wow. My son was upset with me today because I was doing too much, and my mind has been running due to family info that was learned, and I don't know what to do. I do see you spreading yourself thin, and your mind is going a mile a minute. Well, actually, the spirits told me. The spirits are watching.
And you have the capacity to make it all work. You just have to breathe and make sure you're not overextending yourself.
Yeah, create that baseline, create that
Yes.
calm point so you can come back to it and breathe for 15 seconds and then go run after the family. And then when things are getting a little hectic, take a 15 seconds and close your eyes and breathe, come back to that point. So you have a resting point. So you have a familiar vibration that you can return to so that you don't get too far
Yes.
ahead of yourself.
And remember that no is a complete sentence.
I love that. That's a big one. Yeah, I
So
love that.
if you can't do it or you can delegate someone else, don't be afraid to do that.
Yeah.
Did anyone else have anything that they'd like to ask? We're coming up on an hour and a half.
One inhale and one exhale at a time, Juno
I
says.
saw that.
That's so sweet.
That's
That's important.
it is.
Well, thanks for the quick feedback, Wani. You know, that really is very helpful. And it's amazing, you know, that spirit can communicate this with Deb and I, and through the cards or just through a feeling that I had. And it's just beautiful. I've been stressed because I've had to do a redo on my back in 2 weeks. Oh no.
Well, then you need to be calm and be getting yourself mentally prepared for that. Um, so, yes, no is a complete sentence. So if it's something that's not serving you or your family or the greater good, then it can maybe wait.
Yeah. I don't know what redo on her back means, though. Do you know what that means, redo on her back?
I'm thinking surgery,
Mm.
redo surgery, that maybe the surgery wasn't as successful as it should have been. And they want to
Mm-hmm.
go back in and either clean it up or do something new. Why don't you keep us posted? Let us know about
Oh,
your
she said
surgery.
exactly. Wow.
Let us
See
know.
that, Deb?
Let us know what's going on with you when you get ready to go in and when you come out. Let us know so we can be around you with some energy.
Absolutely. And you can call in the doctors that have crossed over, the best doctors in the last 100 years, and their expertise, and the best nurses, and the best, you know, just some angels that will help
Mhm.
guide your doctor's hands and help that your, you know, redo the comes out better than ever
Angels.
expected.
And
Hmm.
Mark Atha says that he calls in what Pan calls the nature healers. So you have at your access these light beings, and you know if we know what's going on, then we can call in ours as well. But they can go with you on your appointment. So call them in to go with you.
Absolutely. Oh, so sweet. All the best to you, Annie.
So
All
and
right.
Gino's leaving. Karen said she was talking about, hang on, let me find it. I think this is it. She has a friend who died named Susan, and she died of leukemia. They were recently estranged at the time of her illness, and hearing she was sick and she couldn't reach out to her. And then she said she felt bad. Does not mean I did not love her.
Right.
Karen, she knows. She knows. You just told her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She
They know.
absolutely knows.
Mhm. They know what's in our hearts. They know what's in our thoughts. And yeah, absolutely.
Tell her. Just tell her out loud. Tell her out loud and ask her if she would give you a message in a dream.
That would be lovely.
She said it's the anniversary of her death recently. So um,
Aw.
that's tell her that you would love to have a message from her in a dream.
People come in and out of our lives in different times in our lives for different purposes,
They
and
do.
sometimes it's exactly like 10 years or exactly 7 years, and they come in and they're every day you spend with them, every weekend you spend with them, you have a wild time, and then all of a sudden you just start losing touch, and then all of a sudden you're not talking and you're like, whatever happened? there People come in and out of our lives for
They
different
do.
reasons,
They
for
come for
our own
reason.
growth. Hmm.
And I have been, I don't know if it's a privilege or a curse, but I have been with a number of my friends have left this plane
Oh.
after after we have been friends. So it's that's sometimes I think that's been my purpose. But if it is, then that's fine. That's fine. That I would be. It's a privilege to have known them at the end of their time, and maybe I was able to help them along their path. But it's
For
sad, though.
sure. Mhm.
It gets sad, and it sometimes makes me not reach out and be friendly with people because I
Mm.
don't want to lose them.
Yeah. 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 Well, Deb, what does she say?
And she introduced herself to me by offering me a red vine, and I immediately stuck it up my nose. Well, it sounds like that's the kind of friend we all need.
A red vine is a piece of licorice, I assume?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So, all right. Well,
That's
this
very
has
nice.
been a very interesting chat, and I would like to ask you: what do you have coming up this week?
I have a very busy weekend. You guys are in for a couple of really neat shows. So I'm hosting the Crone Zone tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern on my channel. They
Mhm.
are in Mount Shasta, and I'm going to be hosting them live while they're there, giving us an update on their experience, fresh in their minds.
That should be really
Also,
fun.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited. And I want to be there. But and then I'll be on my show, my friend Shane's show. His channel is Unbiased and on the Fence for a couple hour, uh, uh, psychic and mediumship questions and nobody knows what else. Um, then on Sunday, I'll be with Allie, and then I will be with Kelly after. And I think Kelly's show starts at 3, and Allie's show starts at 1. So
So
it's a big
you will
weekend.
be doing readings all weekend, literally.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It'll be fun. It'll be lots of fun. And I got to kick off my weekend with you, Deb. So thank you
oh,
so
well,
much for
I
inviting me.
appreciate you coming. I really appreciate you coming and sharing your story with us. So,
Yeah.
did you have a lesson that you wanted to share with us quickly as we get ready to leave? Uh, a lesson that you've learned?
Mm. Just to be kind to yourself with your words, with your thoughts, with your actions. Take care of yourself, do something kind for yourself, pamper yourself, make yourself healthy, eat the right foods, be kind to yourself. It's one thing that I didn't do, and I used to beat myself up for, having higher expectations, but it doesn't serve you. It really doesn't. Being kind
No,
to yourself and patient is really, it's really beautiful. And I think it goes all the way back to the first question we had, where if you change what's inside, it'll about the anger, right? The Scorpio
yes,
anger. If you
about the
change
anger.
what's inside, that's what will be reflected around you. And it's so
Absolutely.
true.
It is true. And kindness is a wonderful way to start that. So, well, I want to say goodbye to everyone. I appreciate you all being here. We love you, and we will see you on the next time. 5 beautiful beings.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Deb. Thanks, everybody in the chat.
Thank
Bye.
you.